Did Tyler Perry take credit for Ryan Coogler's Sinners? We'll explain. Kountry Wayne says he doesn't mind spending money on a woman to get her attention. Plus, Victor Bowman, the son of the late Dr. Sebi, will be here to talk his father's legacy and so much more.
And we couldn't get through Hump Day Wednesday without our friend, co-host of the Streets Morning Takeover Show, Mz Shyneka is here.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you guys? I am so happy to be back. I could not stay away for too long. I am ready for the madness.
This is the shortest return trip ever.
Okay.
Welcome to Side Dish.
The world is yours.
Hey, let's go.
All of the lights.
I'll turn them all on. That's the brightest night city ever. Hey, what's up here at Side Dish? We're more than an appetizer when it comes to pop culture and fun. We're the whole meal fam. I hope you're hungry.
Yo, man, big ups to everybody in that chat, man. Y'all are like, the fourth and fifth and like through 90th members of the seats here that we have. We appreciate y'all energy.
Truly.
What up, chat? They pep me up every time, so go chat.
How are you doing? How's things?
I am great. I just recently seen A Day in the Life of Tanner.
Oh, you watched?
online,
Okay, all
and I
right.
was in it.
That's
I
right,
was
that was right.
Yes, baby, put me in your day.
Yo, and I think I just saw you with Sierra.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yes, Sierra had, she was proclamated with her own day yesterday, and she has new music coming out. So her and her husband, Russell Wilson, are going around to the Boys and Girls Clubs and unveiling music, dance studios for kids to be in. And this is their second one, and they're going to do one in another state. And she's going to release music on the 22nd of August.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so she has a new song with Lotto. So we kicked it. I've known Sierra since she was in high school, so we had a really great time yesterday.
Once again, that's that 6 degrees of Shyneka separation.
Yeah.
Day before yesterday.
Shy know everybody.
Yes.
Yo, like everybody knows Shy. We
6
love
degrees of Shyneka. All right, we got to move on. Time for a little Feed Me. At the Ludwig Streamer Games, there's a competition based off of a childhood game. So let's all play at home and see if we can keep up here.
Summit says run, Summit says stop, Summit says run, Summit says stop, hands up, Summit says hands up, run in place, run in place. Summit says run in place, Summit says stop, hands down, Summit says hands down, hands up, Summit says hands up, hands down, Summit says hands down, run in place, both did it. Summit says hands up, Summit says hands on head, Summit says hips, Summit says head, Summit says hips, Summit says head, Summit says hips, Summit says head, Summit says tap, Summit says stop, hands up, Summit says hands up, hands down, Summit says hands down. They're good. Summit says lean forward, Summit says stand up straight, Summit says hands up, Summit says hands down, hands up, Summit says hands up, hands down, Summit says hands down, run in place, Summit says run, Summit says stop, hands up, Summit says hands up, wave it around, Summit says wave, Summit says stop, wave it around, Summit says wave, Summit says run, Summit says stop, hands down.
Dang.
Okay.
That's wild.
Plot twist, the winner is a cyborg.
Yeah, I don't know how you... I was confused just sitting here.
Me too. I could never.
No, Simon Says is a high-level game as an adult. Like, it's one thing to play as a kid. It's tougher for adults to master it. It's like when I do like different screenings and like hostings and stuff like that, sometimes like I'll play games to give stuff away. And Simon Says is always a go-to because it is always amazing to see how adults fumble the bag.
Oh, yeah.
When it's time to throw some Simon Says at them.
I saw this thing literally just earlier today on the internet, and it was like basically this, I don't know, some footage of outside this little neighborhood, and all these adults have gathered up on this front porch, and someone says, just so you know, you can just challenge your friends to a spelling bee. And so they just all got together and just had their own spelling bee, and I was like, that's kind of hilarious.
Well, that's a great way to pass time.
It
right?
sure is.
And kill time in lines at amusement parks. Yeah. Here for it all. How good are you guys at childhood games? Like, what's your favorite game growing up as a kid?
Well, my favorite game right now, to this day, is Uno, and nobody can beat me.
Oh.
I love Uno.
Like,
I'm
nobody
a Uno
because
master.
you cheat, or?
No, because I'm good.
Have you played Uno Attack?
No.
Yo, so for every Uno game that you think you're great at, Uno has made other games, right? So there's the typical card one that we all have played. Uno Attack comes with like this card spitter, right?
Okay.
So when you have to pick cards, you have to tap the card spitter. It may spit out 2 cards. It may spit out 19 cards. Oh. And that's one thing. And then there's all different types of Uno games. And then people be making their own rules. There was a 100-year anniversary of Disney the other day.
Yeah.
And my kids were playing it with their cousins, right? And when someone drew the 100-year anniversary card, they made that person pick up 100 cards.
No, that would have
Wow.
pissed me off.
All right.
I'm like, how are y'all
what's your
friends?
favorite game?
Ooh, we used to play, my sister and I used to do this thing. I don't know that everybody had this, but we had a decent sized front yard, and this is way out in the country, had a bunch of trees. And so what would happen is I would stay inside, and she would go outside, and she would rake a maze into the leaves on the ground. And then I had to go run the maze as fast as I could and try to get out of the maze. And then it would be her turn to swap, and I would like change the maze by sweeping up the leaves into like a maze out in our front yard. That was like one of our childhood
That's
games.
rich people fun.
I've never heard of
Well,
that
it's
one.
like we're out the sticks. Like there's nothing rich about it. Like that was off of a dirt road. So
There was mad people was like, first of all, I don't got a yard. Second of all, what's a rake?
Yeah, what is a rake? Oh, I put hours on the rake.
Hilarious.
Yo, Tyler Perry is receiving some backlash after revealing he guided Ryan Coogler on how to get ownership and to land the deal he did for the hit movie Sinners. Now, Tyler sat down with Jeezy, Derek Hayes, and Kirk Franklin on Den of Kings, and Tyler talked about how he didn't have guidance or someone to call back when he started to get his deals, and now that he knows how to maintain ownership, he wanted to pass the knowledge, so he shared how he helped Ryan. Take a look.
This deal with Ryan Coogler, everybody's talking about the Sinners deal. Oh my God, he got this amazing deal. Listen, I called that brother up, as I did a lot of them. I called him up after Black Panther and I said, listen, here's how you do it. The deal that he has, my first movie, it'll be 20 years this year from God Remember.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I called him up and said, here is how you do that deal. And to see that they were able to pull it off,
Right.
I applaud him, man. I'm
That's right.
excited for him.
That's right.
Because that's what it's about, holding on to the ownership. That's what changes.
Wow.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people are saying that he should have kept that info to himself or waited till Ryan shared it
Well,
first.
I
Do you feel
thought
like that was
that-
a self-pat?
I did feel like Ryan shared that first. I think that's how that info got out in the first place.
Oh.
And I think he was just commenting on that for the first time.
See, now I want to hear it because, like, I only hear it in my head. He's like, yo, Tyler Perry. He
Yeah,
showed
right.
me the game. Like, I
Tyler
can't do them R's like Ryan
Tyler
Coogler
Perry.
do.
Yeah.
Like, if you
Does
think
he have
Glo-
a speech impediment?
No, he's from Oakland.
Oh, all this time.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand what he was really saying.
Sometimes it takes a second to adjust your ears to the Bay vernacular. Because some people, like, you know, the same way Hulk Hogan used hard R, the Bay hard
Yeah.
R's on a lot of
Okay.
things. Like, anybody want cheeseburger?
I want to know the other filmmakers he called, because if you're paying real close attention to that clip, he's like, after Black Panther came out, I called him as I called many of them, and I think he's referencing other black directors in their films.
Oh, so Jordan Peele had to get the call, right?
I would imagine, and so I'm just
Right.
like, who are these other guys, and what were the other deals that they were able to get, you know, or try to get? Maybe they went successfully, maybe it didn't go successfully for
Right.
them, because you got to negotiate every single point of a big contract like that.
That is true.
I wonder if he called Master P, and that's how I got the hookup too.
Oh, he would have been selling CDs at Detroit.
You know, because it took a long time to get I got the hookup too.
It did.
And sometime around 2017, 2016, we got that thing. Do we have
Finally.
Tyler to think for this too? Inquiring minds want to know.
Probably not.
It's interesting. It is funny. It's like because Tyler's talking about he gets. It sounds to me like the other thing that he's happening is like this being the 20-year anniversary of Diary of a Mad Black Woman, that he gets the rights back for it, and so it's like the largest amount of money made on that film has already been made. But whatever distribution rights he can set or anything like this point, he's in control of. It's kind of like getting your masters back.
Okay.
Is like where he's at with this film this year, which is interesting to me.
Oh,
Got
and
it.
in no way am I trying to glaze this man, but Tyler Perry should be a case study on how to operate in business. Because when you understand that this man worked the Chitlin circuit,
He did.
all the things that eventually became movies started as plays, went across the country, city by city, making the money off the
Right.
plays, and then sold the DVDs from the plays,
Right.
then got the money up to make the movie, and then made mad money with the movie.
Yeah.
And now, right now, on any like Freevee TV, there's a whole Tyler Perry channel where you can watch Tyler Perry stuff all day.
But
Like, he built it.
he wasn't able to obtain his own channel, and that's what we're looking forward to in Tyler Perry.
I bet it'll happen. I bet it's coming soon.
Yeah, I hope that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he almost had BET, but you know that deal wasn't solidified.
But they got a few of his shows there still,
They
right?
have a lot of his
Yeah.
shows there. Yeah.
He's kind of like the Rob Dyrdek of BET. Like,
Yeah.
like every time you turn to BET, is a Tyler Perry something.
I mean,
on.
look, if he wanted to start his own streaming service, he could do it. It's not hard. If
Yeah.
the three of us got together and we pulled some cash, we could have a company and they would make our app and we could say,
Yeah.
download our app or whatever. It's just like, can you fill it with the content
Yeah.
that's going to drive people to it? Clearly, Tyler Perry can, but this is also interesting to me because I'm like, that might be his next move in the next 5 years. Because
Yeah.
if Diary of a Mad Black Woman comes back to him this year, then the subsequent movies also do.
Yes,
and
they
so that
will.
catalog starts to gain value for him again, you know?
Yeah. Man,
It's interesting.
I love to see people playing a smart game of chess and winning. So shout
Right.
out.
I love that. Country Wayne chatted with the fellas on Underground Lounge podcast, and he shared why he spends money on his women from the beginning. Here it is.
What you mean by that?
No, I spend money out the real because this is why when I get in a girl life, if I like a girl, they say if you like a girl,
you like a
I feel
girl.
like if her bills or her life ain't in order, you can't get her attention anyway. So say you talking to a girl and her goddamn roof leaking.
I see your wheels turning.
So if her roof leaking, imagine you trying to spit game to her while rain dropping in her little boy head at night. She talking to you, but she can't focus.
Right,
you
right,
over there
right.
like,
I got
shit,
you.
hey,
I see
baby,
what you said.
So
I see what
what
you
she
said.
doing? You get my last text. She trying to say yeah, but hold up. She keep hearing the drops in this big pan. So I feel like you clear all that up,
Right.
and now you got her attention.
Now you got her attention. Okay.
And she can focus on you. So I feel like if you come in somebody's life and you see little problems and you don't clear them up, she ain't gonna be able to focus on you anyway. So you gonna get her attention, but she still gonna have to deal with old boy for
all
this.
this other
She
shit.
gonna have to piece them together. So I try to be the all-in-one.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Yo.
Look at the ladies.
That's that grown man talk right there. Talk that talk,
this is
Country Wayne.
See, this is why we got this problem. Is Grown Wayne's he's out here fixing women's roofs, and then we'll get a video. He'll get a video where it's like, if he ain't fixing your roof, he ain't shit.
Exactly.
You know?
If it's raining on my baby's head, how I cannot focus on you as a man. Sorry.
like,
I have
that's
to
not a
worry about my
waterfall.
roof and my baby's head.
No, but it starts even on like lower level things, man. Like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, like I was, talking to some chicks who needed some things, right? So like, this one time I bought a chick a TV who didn't have a TV. Like I went to a house and I know she didn't have a TV. I was like, let's get in the car right now.
Okay.
Zip, zip, zip. Went up the block, came back with a brand new TV.
Oh, they got you the panties.
Oh, this woman thanked me in the way that only a person can that didn't have anything. Then there was
Okay.
another situation where like a girl needed a little help with electricity. Like, why you sitting here in the dark? You trying to make it romantic? It's
Wait,
like, man,
no, you came to her house and it was dark?
yeah.
That's crazy.
Paid the electricity bill, right?
Aw.
And then like later on that day, power was on. She thanked me in the doorway.
Yeah.
It's a great story.
So sometimes you don't gotta do nothing big. You don't gotta fix a whole roof. You just gotta fix something.
Tanner, have you ever paid a woman's bill
No,
that you
I've-
were just dating?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely. You will not catch me. If you can't manage, if you can't even manage your personal affairs, why would I bring your troubles into my affairs? Because now I got to manage two households' affairs. Now, the other thing, what I have done is, you know what I have done?
You are not my white king.
I have been riding in a car
Okay.
with women, and I noticed the windshield wipers like, hring, hring,
Okay.
and they're not getting any rain out of the way. And you know what I did?
What?
I clocked the model of the vehicle. And here's the thing, you know what I have, ladies? I have skills. I can pick up a tool and I can make things happen.
Yes, baby.
So without her knowing, I then went to AutoZone. I bought the right windshield wipers because it rains hard here in Atlanta. And while she was at work one day, I didn't even tell her. I showed up and I fixed her windshield wipers front and back. And then I sent her a photo of them. And I was like, just so you know. And then so the very next day when it's raining so hard and you can't even see and everything's working right there, she's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And I fixed her brake lights and I would have fixed other things on
That
there.
was kind of like
she
a
did.
scary story, though, because
She
you
never
just-
thanked me in the car.
You didn't even know that if she was there or not. Like she wasn't there and
At
you
work?
showed up. Yeah.
Oh, I know where she worked. So, I mean,
Okay.
it's like, and I knew her car.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't stalking. It's like I'd taken her to lunch there the week before. or
Okay.
whatever, so it's like I knew where it was.
So you didn't get the head crack.
No, I did not get the head crack. I did not get the head crack. The other things, I put furniture together for girls. I've been the guy fixing lights
Okay.
and ceiling fans for girls. I hang stuff on the walls for
Okay.
girls.
I love the sweat equity.
Yeah, sweat equity is right.
That's equally as sexy as paying a bill.
Yeah. Shyneka
Has
has
a man ever paid your bills?
Yes. Yes. Anyway, Country Wayne has 10 kids and does this mindset.
Did you thank them
okay,
in the archway?
Would I talk to Country Wayne? Of course. 10 kids and all.
So you're okay with being like child bringer 11?
No, I would not have kids with him. He has way too many.
I don't even think that like people's uteruses have a choice in the matter? Like yo,
No, I
I
wouldn't
feel like that
advocate
sperm
with
do
it.
what it want.
I've been really good so far.
Good for you.
I'm gonna
Each other's.
I think there are levels and layers to this. Like I've never been dating a girl and had her start to bring up like her bills to me. Like that's just never happened to me.
Okay.
Not that I'm out
So
here.
you've never dated a black woman?
I sure don't know what we gonna do.
Ooh,
we
Lord,
going through
my,
right now.
my light bill's so high. Ooh, I got these student loans. Ooh, you would never guess.
My tires is bald as a seal right now.
I need a new bed. My mama needs.
Normally it comes up in little things. For me, it's been things where it's like, I can't figure out why this door won't close, or I can't fix this thing, and then,
Okay.
or my monitor isn't working, and I'm about to buy a new one, and then I fix things.
I know what it is. He has selective hearing. He doesn't even hear what she talked about.
Maybe that could be my problem. All right, moving on, guys. NBA players say the wildest things sometimes. We're here for all of it. Let's take a look at some of the iconic things said by an NBA player and try to see if we can see where they're trying to go with it. All right. First up is the one and only Kobe Bryant, Mamba Mode. He once said, "You can train a cat to bark, but that cat isn't gonna bark."
Whoa.
What?
That must have been right after weed was legalized in
Is
LA.
this real?
Oh.
You can train a cat to bark, but the cat isn't gonna. You can't make something deny its nature. I don't know.
I guess it's like one of those poetic things, like you know how like Kendrick Lamar said to pimp a butterfly. You can't really truly pimp a butterfly, but it's like a metaphorical. I don't know. I'm confused. I wish there was a way to ask him.
Yeah.
Even do seance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, next is Jason Kidd. We're going to turn this team around 360 degrees.
360.
And that he did.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you turn it around 360 degrees.
Back where they started.
You're right.
Yeah. 180 is, you know.
180's going back
but
that
going,
way.
But yeah,
Turn it 360.
It's like riding
Right
on 285.
I'm going
You'll
with-
eventually end up back where you started if you just keep
Well,
going.
they don't pay him for thinking. They pay him for
That's
basketball.
true. That's true. They did pay him for thinking for a little while. Next up, we got this one from Chuck Nevitt. He once said, my sister is expecting a baby, and I don't know if I'm going to be an aunt or an uncle." Sir. Sir.
Please tell me my man from out the country.
Yeah.
He can't be from here, like the States.
Yeah, that doesn't.
He ain't from the 50, right?
No.
I don't know much about that player.
No. Yeah. I don't know
right.
where he's.
That is crazy.
Who's gonna tell him?
And next is Josh Smith. He once said, "Our ceiling is through the roof."
That is all the
I
way.
ain't got no roof.
Typically, the roof is
ceiling's
through the
through the
ceiling.
I don't know.
Our ceiling's through the roof. You know that had to feel hard when it came out. Our ceiling's through the roof.
He probably said it was like, yeah, like
it
the
was
lean
just
in
like,
too.
you know, it's like, how good is the team this year? Our ceiling is through the roof. We're going, you know.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yo, well, last but not least, we got Paul Pierce, who once said, "I'm tired of getting a taste of them. I want the whole load."
Oh.
No.
Oh, poor Paul.
Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce he's lost everything that I have had for him.
Really?
Since that podcast. Yes. Shut up.
Oh, that's right.
Like, I don't even know if he was talking about another team. Like what was the reference? Like, what is
Yeah.
he referring to in that statement?
I don't know, but a wise person once said, "Shut up and play."
Shut up and play.
Shut up, play ball.
Yeah.
Actually, I was a racist that said
know.
that.
That we,
Shut up and play ball, Kaepernick.
Getting a taste of I want
Get off your knee.
the whole meal. Like, give me the whole meal works. I'm tired of the taste. Give me the whole meal.
Because what foods come in loads?
Bread,
Nah, that's loaf.
loads.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Clothing comes in loads. That's about it.
Yeah.
Lumber comes in loads. Load of lumber.
Now, Paul Pierce gonna have to hold that grammar L forever.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, nah.
Get it in cursive like
I
Laverne.
don't like
You want the whole load, Paul? We'll give you the whole load.
Well, listen, man, after the break, joining us will be Victor Bowman, son of Dr. Sebi. He's going to be talking about his dad's legacy and how to live a healthier life. We all need to do that. See you in 2 minutes. Welcome back.
Hey.
Now, joining us is a man who wants to help heal the world with love, nutrition, and electrical herbs and continue the legacy of his father, Dr. Sebi. Victor Bowman. Hey, welcome to Dish, Side Dish.
Hello, my brother. How you doing?
Man,
Hello,
fantastic,
everybody.
my brother. Man, where you piping in from today?
Huh?
Where you piping in from? Are you? What part of the world are you in? Word on the street is you in Honduras?
I'm here in LA. Thank you.
Okay, LA, man. Well, welcome all the way from the south.
Yeah,
That's right.
welcome from the east. Okay, so for people who aren't familiar with your father, what would you say his life mission or legacy was, and what did he want to help people accomplish?
One of the thing is to like people love their own self, it to help people with different things, One of the main thing is to heal people, like for my father used to help people with different things like diabetes, HIV, so that used to be his mission.
Man, and he helped a lot of people, and there was so many people who, like, still to this day follow his teachings
Yes.
to a T. Like, what's one of the biggest things you feel like your dad left to you as far as jewels go?
One of the main thing he used to tell me, like, to be humble, that's the main thing, to be humble, listen to everybody,
Very cool.
Yeah.
Tell us, we understand that something exciting is happening on August 6th. There's going to be the first annual Dr. Sebi Day in Brooklyn. What can people expect? Why is this happening now? Like, why is this the first year now? And what do you hope the impact will be?
It's because I got this idea for a long time for this year, I thought some people around to be like, I want to make something for my father.
You're good.
You're good, you're good.
Uh-oh.
Man.
Now we can't hear
Hello.
Yeah,
there
we
we
got you.
go.
Okay.
That's the feds. They don't
Hello.
want us to- yeah, we got you.
Yep. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
See, they don't want us. They don't want us to be healthy like that. But while we wait for Victor to come back, man, I don't know if you know a lot about Dr. Sebi's work.
I'm not
but-
super familiar.
So the guy has done tremendous things in the field of just like alkaline eating,
Yeah.
health and wellness. Because like most of the things on the shelves are here to poison us,
Yeah.
just to send us to the doctor so we can keep that cycle going and balance the scales. And what he did was just he pushed a diet of like alkaline eating, clean living, getting processed foods out of your
Yeah.
diet,
Yeah.
and that brings out the inflammation to where you're not walking around in pain so much.
For years, I suffered from fibroids, and I was able to heal myself from taking the female balance pills from Dr. Sebi. So I had them, and then I went to Dr. Jackie for, a yearly, and she said that they weren't there anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah, the power of diet. The power of diet is really extreme. I've been trying to focus on. I heard someone sum it up one time. What did he say? Is like you have to know it either needs a mom or a dad, which is like meat, right? Regular meat, not processed. Like you need to know exactly who its mom or dad was, or it needs to have come out of the ground and you know the name of it.
Okay.
Like any more than 2 or 3 ingredients, things start to get real sketchy. We don't know what they are. You don't know what's in it.
Especially if it's been in a can or, if it's preserved.
Yeah. A lot of times they say, when you shop in stores, you should just play the outskirts.
The outside of the loop, yeah.
Yeah, that's where all the fresh stuff is. I believe we may have Victor back. Victor, you there, my brother? Okay, cool. While that
Maybe
builds,
not.
I know.
We're working on it.
At
We'll see if we
one
can get
point in time, Nipsey Hussle was involved in trying to get a documentary going about Dr. Sebi because he had a lot of natural remedies that was, taking money away from the FDA, and he felt the world needed to know about it. There's also a conspiracy that
It
may
sure
point
was.
to why Nipsey's no longer here. And then Nick Cannon was like, I'm gonna take the torch and keep the mantle going.
And guess what?
Got quiet.
Nothing's happened
Got quiet.
since then.
Yeah.
It got real quiet.
Yeah, it's scary, man. Especially when you look at how much of a foothold that
Yeah.
some of these secret organizations have over, not even secret, but like these larger financial institutions have over just health and wellness and the government at large.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they're talking about big pharma or big dairy or big beef or whoever, they're not joking. You know, when you get all these companies together, they're looking out for their interests. They're looking out for their bottom line, their shareholders. They're not looking out for like, oh, what is the 100% cleanest thing that we can get into your body? It's no, what is the most high profit?
Right. And Rockefeller is still ticking.
Oh yeah, I mean, no, because
I mean, I'm sure he has the best of the best.
Brand new heart.
Exactly.
I think he gets his heart switched out like
Heart,
every
liver,
7 years.
spleen.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you put like a 2025 engine in a Model T Ford. Like that's how Rockefeller is moving out here. Victor, you back, my brother?
Hi, Victor.
Cool, it's on you, yo.
Hi, Victor. Okay, so.
Oh, we can't hear you just yet.
See, and this goes back. This the FDA.
You're
I'm
muted.
telling you, this is them.
Okay.
We back.
You can hear me right now?
Yeah.
We got you.
Sorry.
Hi, Victor. All right.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm all right. Okay, so what makes your approach to wellness different or evolve from your father's?
I think so, like, you know, how in society it is right now, the economic, you know, that's what we're going to about this. The August 6th to the August 10th, the promotion, every price is going to be at 17, you know, I'll be helping people to heal herpes, diabetes. I got his paperwork over here, you know, it's not something I'm telling you, it's something like people come with paperwork telling us, hey, I did it with herpes, I did it with this. You take the products, latest coming back with the testimonies. So that's why I want to bring it this great promotion to the community, you know. So it's a little bit, it's going to be full music, a different thing, you know, for the community.
Wow.
Yes.
Are you, and I'm assuming I'm just saying, yeah, I'm sure you're going to be there and you're speaking and talking to the people about your father's legacy? Uh-oh. Did we lose him again?
Oh,
Yeah.
man. See, like I'm telling you, man, like anytime you want to empower the people with information, weird things happen.
Yeah.
Like, yo, if someone was on here telling us how to twerk, this would have
would
been
be
complete.
down on the floor.
Yeah. One hand. Like everybody would have had a
Yeah.
full
Do it with no
tutorial.
hands.
But
There's always the good Wi-Fi at the Twerk studios. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
All right.
But you know, but far as like, you know, like my daily routine, like, you know, I got hip to CMOS
Yes.
a few years back, and I'm one of the people, I will try anything just to see, because I believe in stuff, right? And I will say CMOS as a natural remedy, because you can get CMOS blends made for whatever you got going on in your life. You know, men, when you hit over 30, testosterone start going down, your energy starts draining. There is blends that you can get made for you, whether you talk about in the gel form or you talk about just the raw CMOS and you got to boil it and do all that other stuff. Nobody got time for that.
Right.
But you know, there's something
It
for
gives
you.
all the minerals that you need for your body to properly function on a daily basis.
The trace
And
minerals.
it's not synthetic. It's not like vitamins, you know, the things that we get from the store. So it's just very, it's very wholesome for our bodies.
Got you. Like, what was your turning point? Like, was it CMOS that turned you around, or what was your gateway?
CMOS, the electric greens, the female balance. I also take the fat burners. Okay. And I do the detox as well. So I like start my new year with all of those products.
Yeah, it goes a long way. Like like, you know, you're a very active person, Sandra. Like what gets your body up and going every day?
Oh my gosh.
Energy drinks.
Yeah. So, come on, Mz Shyneka. I was about to talk about how healthy I was. Yeah. No, I did not juice today. I do. It's just like anything else. I feel like there's a balance and a wave. Like sometimes my diet, my habits are really good, and then sometimes it's not. And how I feel and the way my body moves, it reflects that. You know. For a long time, I took a little break, but I'm back on it now. For a long time, I was on creatine, which has a funny name, and a lot of times people are like, oh, that's some sort of chemical. And it is, but it's also naturally found in beef, and your body produces it. So like if you've ever had a steak or any kind of red meat, you've had creatine. And what they've recently discovered is that like a lot of times for athletic performance, 5 to 10 grams is good. It helps your muscles recover quicker. It stores a little extra water in the body. And so like that's where some of like the size can come from creatine. But then what they found is that if you increase the intake of this to 20 to 25 grams, and they've tested it, it starts to help cognition.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And so, which is interesting because now my mom actually sent me this article. Alzheimer's runs pretty hard in our family.
Oh, okay.
And it seems to have skipped my mom and dad, and they say it skips generations. So it's like, could be coming down the pipe for me eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And so they send me these articles. And so the idea that creatine as a potential like brain supplement is sort of new and interesting.
Yeah,
And
you know,
so-
they just came out with a preventative measure for
Alzheimer's.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I just seen that report like last week.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling how common it is more so becoming in like elderly people, you know, because like I tell you, when I have a conversation with my grandmother, we're having that conversation a lot.
Yeah.
And, you know, trying to, you know, get it popping and, you know, and keep her engaged to where like her memory stays sharp and stay focused. It's not the easiest thing in the world.
Unfortunately, I think we might have lost our guest, guys.
He's alive.
He's alive. He's alive. He's good.
Yeah. But please come out and celebrate Dr. Sebi's legacy. It's going down August 6th through the 10th in Brooklyn, New York City. And for everybody that's online, Google Dr. Sebi, you know, because you might be dealing with something right now that might be curable and you might be getting misdiagnosed.
Right.
It is. Yeah.
Not all doctors that you go visit are there to necessarily cure you.
They weren't all A students.
Yeah, they're there to sell you whatever medicine that was peddled by the people that took them to lunch today.
And
this was told to me by a doctor.
I do want to say that they've helped a lot of people with herpes.
Word.
Yeah.
We want them flare-ups down.
Right.
We want them no flare-ups.
Yeah, man, so we want to thank Dr. Victor Bowman. I put doctor there. I don't know why. I did it like Dr. Dre or Pepper, but thank you, Victor Bowman, for joining us. And if you can, please celebrate Dr. Sebi's life and legacy by attending the first Dr. Sebi Day celebrations in Brooklyn, August 6th through the 10th. And we'll be back with more Side Dish after the break.
Welcome back, guys. All right, we all know, me for sure, the 2025 dating scene is a raging dumpster fire, but don't fret. There's a new dating event in New York City, and it's got you covered. It's called Pitch and Pair, and it's where you can pitch your single friends to a group of potential love matches using, you guessed it, a PowerPoint presentation.
Ooh.
Now check this out.
She's smart, hilarious, hot, emotionally available. I don't know how she's single. I'm here to fix it for your benefit. You're welcome. Runs. She rock climbs. She fit.
Don't hold this against him. He's a finance guy, but he doesn't wear the vest. So that's a good thing. He doesn't have a trust fund. He's 5'8", but he has a good credit score. So that should give you guys some points. He thinks he's a comedian. So he performed at his parents' anniversary. He's okay.
Hot new bombshell enters the villa. Presenting Sophia.
Here's what she looks like. But drum roll, drum roll. Yeah! Right? Like I should just skip to the contact information. We've seen enough. The elemental makeup of Hannah. She's made of laughter and salt.
Well
But
done.
she's much funnier than me. She would never make a joke about periodic table.
Yo, this is like Shark Tank for dating. I like it.
I would literally pitch the hell out of you.
Oh, yeah?
I would pitch you so good to a crowd of people.
What are you putting in the PowerPoint?
Oh my God. I would be like, how tall are you?
I'm 5'8". That's not a
Oh, that's what I thought. Okay. And you're a Libra, right?
Virgo.
Virgo. Okay. Okay. Standing at 5'8", he's a Virgo. He is white sexual chocolate. He loves to work out. He's very physically fit. And you can always see a little something when he walks.
He knows,
What?
He knows how to fix things.
Swagger.
And he knows how to fix things. He will not let your windshield wipers scrub you. And he has a who?
Womb broom.
A womb broom.
That's the womb broom.
Room broom.
Womb broom.
That's for the bonus.
For some cities, you could leave
I would put a little razzle dazzle on it. Like if you gave me just a couple of minutes, I would totally put it together.
I love the idea that they made the slides and they have the whole presentation and like click through it one at a time. That's a right.
I'm going to start with the day in the life of you.
Oh,
Like, I
okay.
think that's a really
Yeah,
good
we can do that.
idea.
No,
Yeah.
like
Start with that.
Who
the
you are.
presentation component is so dope because, like, I mean, like, because we've done it all. We've done the speed dating. We've done the apps.
Yeah.
A public forum where you could publicly pitch people like their products. I mean, it's given slave auction. However, like, in the dating space, this is kind of dope, though. I can see this being a thing.
We could do this
I
as a
love
TV
this.
show like Home Shopping Network, but it's like the Home Dating Network.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we have one Mz Shyneka left.
Yes.
She's up to date on pop culture. She has beautiful curly hair.
Thank you.
She may have been rapped about by your favorite rappers. They tried to get to first. They tried to get to first base. They weren't lucky. Maybe you will be. Call now.
Especially if you pay a bill or two.
Yeah.
phone would be ringing off the hook. Yo, like, yeah, like, yo, she knows your favorite rappers.
You know what?
Way
I
better
cannot.
than you do.
Oh,
They know her
Lord.
too.
Get me out of here.
Yo,
That's pretty
I am so intrigued, man.
Sorry, Headkrack. I can't put you
I
out
know,
there.
man. Like, I need
Too
an
bad.
alter ego or a clone. Well, moving on. The wig slip seen across the world. Phoenix Mercury guard Kalia Copper got her wig snatched during last night's game against the Washington Mystics. Let's take a look at that.
I haven't seen this.
And it bounced around a lot, but at the end, it went through the rim. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. She going to go head to the back.
Oh.
And it bounced around a lot, but
Oh, no.
at the end, and it bounced around a lot.
Oh,
But it bounced around a
Joanna,
lot.
man.
Yo.
You gotta make sure that thing fastened down. Like, what could she have done better, Shot?
Oh, she could have used safety pins. She probably shouldn't have worn that ponytail. She should have had it way more secure than that, or had a ball up there. It was a flimsy ponytail.
You know what wasn't flimsy was the social media response.
Oh, Lord.
Of course, the comments in the shade room did not disappoint. Somebody said, I've seen this movie before. Joanna, man. Another said, they messy for recording her running off. They are. They straight up did her like, Jerry. Jerry.
That was the only thing missing, like going through the holes in the
Chasing
locker
her down
room.
the hallway.
Yo, somebody else commented she should have thrown that thing in a circle and hype up the crowd. Yo, if she had a PD Pablo that wig and spun it around like a helicopter, she would have got an endorsement.
Instant icon.
Hell yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Don't run away in shame. You vilify the moment and live in it.
Yeah.
Another person said, that wig said, I'm the one selling the records. They coming to see me.
Wow. Somebody else said, you got to put that thing in sports mode next time, girl. Somebody else says, looks like an episode of Maury the way she ran off. Yep.
Wow.
Great minds think alike.
Wow.
That is hilarious.
Man,
Sorry for that girl.
I do feel sorry for
I
her.
thought it was a matter of time because, like, you know, like, Because
This had to have happened before,
yeah,
right?
because in basketball, like, you know, if you get mad, first thing you're gonna do is grab something long, and that's usually a ponytail.
Why would you have a fake ponytail that long?
When I had long dreads, that was the thing I was scared of the most, like getting into a fight and somebody pulling my hair. Because no matter how tough you are, if somebody start pulling your hair, be like, stop, let me go. Yeah.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah.
So I secure my wig.
Wait a damn minute. You're wearing a wig?
This is how I found out. I just want to be honest about
go
that.
ahead.
No, this right now. I didn't know that was a wig.
I thought that was
a lot of it is my hair.
Okay.
It's my hair.
All right.
It looks great.
Yes, thank you. So it mixes well with my hair, but I do secure my wigs with their pins, like located around the perimeter. And if I'm wearing a ponytail, there is usually like a little comb that goes in, and then you can wrap it around and tighten it. And then you just put extra safety pins in for security measures.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you 5 things, right?
Okay,
Tell me if you could do these 5 things and your hair still be intact.
Okay, go ahead.
Cannonball in the pool.
My hair's still intact?
Yeah, like okay.
Yeah.
Front flip onto a bed.
Yes.
Like run like full speed on a track and then jump 2 hurdles.
I mean, I don't know if I can jump a hurdle with these knees, but
Fair enough. Upside down roller coaster. Is the wig staying intact?
Yes,
Cool.
definitely.
So it's like T.I.'s hat in the early 2000s. Like it's not gonna budge. Like no matter what's going on,
it's
you got that thing fortified and
Yes,
secure.
yes. As a grown woman, I have my hair perfectly pinned down.
You ever wear it like this?
No.
I never know. It has to be really obvious for me to know.
Okay.
Then I'm like, oh, that's probably a wig.
Like if you see their hairline on their forehead, like you've
Like, what do you
never
mean?
seen like a lace front.
I'm sure I have.
But
You're not talking about like baby hairs.
Yeah, the baby hairs.
Wait, are those?
Yeah.
Those are real. I thought.
No, most of them are not.
Really?
Yeah.
It's witchcraft out here, Tanner. You got to be very careful.
We got fake baby hairs?
Yes. Tanner, yes.
I'm exposing myself right now. Did you know?
I knew, but like I'm always in shock because I can never. There might have been 3 times in the history of us doing either Dish Nation or Side Dish where I was able to look at somebody's hair and be like, "That, my friend, is a wig." Other than that, y'all be walking in here like thorough. I remember one time I saw somebody without their wig. Yo, it was like the same way you would react if you saw like Darth Vader without his helmet on.
No.
I'm like, what the hell? Like I had no idea.
Who are you?
What if we did a segment where it was like Robin wig? Like, is it like which one is this real or like?
Oh my
Is
God.
it wigging out? I don't know.
Yeah.
We got to workshop
Oh my
it. but
God.
It's a thing.
He did not know that wigs had baby hairs.
I didn't know. I thought that was the whole thing about baby hairs is they were like not fake and that was like.
Oh no.
Let me tell you something.
I'm
like,
sorry.
if your baby hair ain't real, like, I don't know what I believe in anymore. That is yours.
My baby hair is real.
Okay, cool.
Women are wild. You never know. You're talking. You never know. You never know what's real and what's not.
Shout out to everybody with their elementary baby hair in the chat.
Oh boy. All right, we got to take a quick break, but after the break, we got celebrity birthdays and so much more. We'll see you guys back here in 2. Welcome back, you guys. If you're celebrating a birthday today, you're in legendary company. First off, he pumped iron. I don't know if it's iron or not. I just made that one up. He terminated villains, and he governed the Golden State. Whether he's in the gym or on the big screen, this guy always means business. Arnold Schwarzenegger turned 78 today. Get to the chopper.
You should do the AI voice for all Arnold Schwarzenegger things moving forward. You nailed it. From the NFL field to your favorite sitcoms, he's got more talents than a talent show. He's been a host, the hype man, and the king of Old Spice Cool. Terry Crews is celebrating 57 and hopefully not being touched.
Oh, dang. The past grips hard. She's fierce, fearless, and always fabulous. From blockbusters to beauty brands, she's been owning her lane for decades. Happy 61st birthday to the beautiful Vivica Fox.
Happy birthday, Viv.
So
That's
nice.
my friend.
She's the best.
So sweet.
The real Aunt Viv.
Yep.
Yes.
He made the blues feel like fire and turned the guitar into a storyteller, a true music legend whose sound still echoes through the ages. A blues icon through and through. Buddy Guy is 89.
Oh,
Yes,
respect.
the legendary.
And last but not least, he took us from Boys in the Hood to the Red Pill and the Matrix. Whether he's given wisdom or wit, he's one of Hollywood's most commanding voices. Plus Cowboy Curtis in Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yes,
Lawrence
sir.
Fishburne is 64 today.
And Ike
Who's
Turner.
getting that cake?
Who you running it up for? Because this is a very diverse list there we have to deal with.
Okay, this is kind of funny.
Okay.
Tell me
I'm
you got
gonna give
a Larry
Lawrence
Fishburne story?
Fishburne, no.
Wait, please. You
No,
got a Morpheus story, don't you?
I'm gonna give him the cake because he tried to make Anna Mae eat the cake.
Oh,
okay.
Fair enough. All right. I thought you were going to say, I met him one night at opera. He tried to give me the blue pill.
No. No, I never met
I thought you
him.
said you let him into the Matrix or something. I wasn't.
No.
No,
Not yet.
not yet.
Yo, I wonder how many people do try to shove cake in his face on his birthday just on the strength of how good he did and what's love got to do with it.
Oh,
I was so terrified of him for a long time.
Yeah, that's when you know you did a good job.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
Who got the cake?
Well, if you gave it up for Larry Fishburne, I got Lawrence. I guess I got to run it up for blues legend Buddy Guy,
Okay.
who not only was a legend in his own right, but he also is the father of rapper Shauna, who
Yes.
wants to lick you from your head to your toes.
And
wants
move
to
from
do
three
fantasy.
down to the dough, right?
Yeah.
Down to the
Yeah.
flow.
Chi-Town's finest.
Yeah.
Yes, just recently in Sinners. And he's about to be in another movie that he just booked. I
Okay,
just read that
super
the
cool.
other day. So congratulations, still getting in that work all these years later.
He
I
gives
gotta
Morgan
give it up.
Freeman competition.
Yep. I got to give it up to the governor. I mean, when you look back at Arnold Schwarzenegger's life, imagine this. You move to a country, you don't speak the language, you become a millionaire, then you become famous for lifting weights.
Right.
You get famous for lifting weights, then you marry into their political royalty.
Yeah,
Then you
the Kennedy
run.
family.
Then you run one of their states. Like it doesn't make any sense. Imagine like moving, I don't know, to somewhere in Australia, and suddenly
Right.
you're running a portion of the continent or something.
Yeah, but you're not finished.
I'm not finished. No.
No, then he cheated on
Oh, come on now.
the Kennedy with the housewife, maid,
The maid.
and created a whole child.
Joseph Baena is his name.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You could look at it like that, or you could look at it as giving an immigrant an opportunity.
There you go. First, and you know why he did that, Mz Shyneka? Because he was an immigrant, and that's the American promise right there.
Hell no.
Cue the eagle sounds.
Get these-
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
He gets to the bug. Who y'all got on the birthday side of things in the chat? Inquiring minds want to know. Just imagine if all these people had a party together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who
that would
getting the
be
most
good.
wasted out of everybody in this crew?
Whoa.
Viv.
Vivica Fox?
That's my
Fair.
friend.
Okay.
Like we hung out, we went to Usher in Vegas a couple of years ago for Eva's birthday. And she is a hoot to be around.
Was this still the pocket of time where Vivica had, well, I mean, we got to get out of this segment, I know. Was this the pocket of time where Vivica still had the strippers that she had? She had the male strippers for a while. The dance team.
Yeah, she had a show.
But wasn't it based, it was like a reality show?
Yeah, it was a
okay,
reality
yeah.
show. And, you know, she made some comments and then that show went away. But some of those same guys ended up on Eva's show.
Okay.
All the Queen's Men, so,
Nice.
yeah.
Did any of those guys end up at the trial?
I gotta go.
Anyway, we gotta go to break. When we come back in 2 minutes, we're gonna be playing everybody's favorite game. Whose cousin is it?
Boy, look at the time. I got you.
That would be, we might get killed too, but.
Wait, hold on, we're back.
I don't want to die.
We are?
I want to hear that day.
Okay, here we go. Welcome back. It's time for everybody's favorite game.
Whose cousin is it?
All right, now. Yeah. Talk about it. Oh, no!
Or small than big than small.
They cleaned up the crime scene. Yeah. All right, now you heard of a traveling nurse, right? Well, one woman was just traveling, no degree, no license, just vibes. So a 39-year-old Pennsylvania woman got busted for handing cops a fake ID during a traffic stop. Little did the popo know that was just the tip of a con woman iceberg.
Oh.
They got mad at us for making fun of that graphic, so they changed it.
How childish are we?
As it turns out, this lady was out here cosplaying as an actual nurse in Georgia, Indiana, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. Y'all, she was switching up names, stealing IDs, stealing social security numbers, and living her best Grey's Anatomy life with zero credentials.
She even created a fake staffing agency and booked her damn self for gigs as a licensed practical and registered nurse and a supervised and registered nurse. And that's not all, y'all. She used at least 20 different aliases, like she was trying to score a free 7-day trial on Netflix.
No.
The cops popped the trunk and found IDs, prescriptions, and forged medical docs in her car. The next stop on her fake nurse tour, immediately, jail.
Okay, wow. She's facing 43 charges, including identity theft, forgery, endangering care-dependent patients, and drug paraphernalia possession. So, quick recap. She's 39. Pennsylvania woman, posed as a nurse across multiple states, created a fake company, hired herself, which, be your own boss.
Yeah.
Hired herself, she swiped IDs, social security numbers, and she used at least 20 different aliases, and she forged medical documents. Oh my gosh. Dr. Cruella DeVille, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's a lot of IDs and a lot of aliases for one person to make. I don't think it would be our cousin because we ain't gonna come up with too many names. We're gonna come up with a couple and keep it pushing. If I'd have as many as she had, that like you got a little bit more time.
For there to be 20, you can't stick out in any capacity.
Right.
You gotta blend.
She's giving African scammer to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was
the extra
firm on my cousin, my Pennsylvanian cousin.
That is also known as Philadelphia, right?
Yo, but once you get out of Philly, I remember one time I went to Philly and then I left Philly and started driving.
Yeah.
Started seeing stagecoaches. The Amish showed up. Houses with lanterns and lights. I had no idea that was still a thing out there, that neck of the woods, and apparently it's a huge thing in that neck of the woods.
Yeah.
I was thinking on the strength of all of that, I didn't think it was our cousin. I was thinking other. Going back into the could blend into anywhere.
Oh,
perhaps someone who would star opposite of Chris Tucker in Rush Hour.
Oh,
That
Jackie Chan's cousin.
high flying cousin.
High flying cousin, martial arts cousin.
Kia cousin.
Yeah, chop cousin. Ki cousin. Okay, that's good. Ki cousin. I still think this is gonna be my cousin. Something tells me it's. I also feel like it's my cousin. She might be kind of cute.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Say she used to getting away with things because the law don't stick to her.
Yeah, that's something about this speaks to me like that. Because I've dated a couple nurses.
Oh, word?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
How was
did
the
they wear
bedside
their
manner?
uniform?
Some of them.
Oh.
Okay.
Some of the uniform.
Well, as we always do at this time,
Move that van.
Surprise.
Oh!
Shannon Nicole Womack.
Come on, Shannon.
The only second person I've ever seen bearing the Womack last name other than Bobby.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were others.
Wow.
Surprise, surprise.
Wow, I'm shocked.
Yeah,
It's
come on,
cute
Shannon.
too.
Here's the thing: is it took so much work and education for her to just pass as a fake nurse. She could have become a real nurse.
Yeah. If you're gonna put in that work and effort to studying crime and how to effectively do said crime, you could read that book.
My sister just became a nurse practitioner, and it seemed really hard.
Well, nurse practitioners are the level up.
Yeah, so that's what she said. It was an RN and then a nurse practitioner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Scamming all over the place. Yeah.
Is RN registered? Is that connected to YN in any way?
Oh, an RN and I don't even. No.
Okay, just making sure. New slang dropped daily.
That is
here in
hilarious.
these,
Although there are
streets.
comments out here talking about some RNs. Some about some real nurses.
Yeah, young nurses.
Nothing to do with YNs at all.
Dang. All right.
Yo, Mz Shyneka, man, if people want to tap into your energy and your magic, where can they find you
Well,
at?
they can find me at Mz Shyneka on all platforms, and you can catch me each and every morning, Streets Morning Takeover on Streets 94.5.
You're gonna run for mayor one day, and you're gonna win.
You should.
Yes, why not? I love
Mayor
that.
Shyneka. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in, joining us on this Hump Day, 48-hour Fridays coming up next. Super excited about that. And yeah, be good to your nurses. Jeez.
Real good.
Please.
To your
Really
YNs and RNs. Like, subscribe, share, tell others we out here. And until the next time we meet, adios,
Bye.
au revoir, and all that good stuff.
Hey, what's up, all our scrollers out there? Welcome to another great episode of Scrolling with Jen and V. I'm your girl Jen, of course, and this is
V Greasy.
All right. You better sing that, girl. It's good. You're looking good, V.
Oh, thank you. You
You're
are
looking
too, friend. You
Cheers.
are too. Cheers.
We have our bevy of the night, and it is
Woohoo.
on our social media, on our Instagram.
Mhm.
And look, we called this the Whack Berry Smack, V. Right there. Now y'all know. Hey!
It's oh so delicious.
It is. It's very good. That vodka is hidden.
Hidden. Yes, friend.
All right. So we have a new episode for you all and
Yes.
some great segments ahead.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Woo-hoo.